The Israelis have made it clear that they view destroying Hamas within Gaza as a priority over hostage rescue. We're going to show you why that is and why any kind of hostage rescue operation is almost all but out of the question. First, we'll start with the geography, right? Tel Aviv and the rest of Israel. We look at the rocket ranges right now that you can see that Hamas has the ability to hit all the way into Tel Aviv and also Ben Gurion Airport. So that is what the Israelis face from the air. Now let's look at what they face from the ground here. When the Israelis pulled out of Gaza, they built a buffer zone here. You call it a kill zone. This would be the area all the way up through Gaza that they had a buffer zone so that when Hamas or Hamas militants came out, they could see and they had clear lines of fire in. That's now being flipped over. So you have Israeli positions here, 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 and here that they're going to set up all along and try to move in. The desire is to be able to cut off Gaza and cut off Hamas's ability to move north and south from the various population centers. Once you separate them, then Israel can go in this way. The problem is they have to go across the dividing line, that buffer zone that they created. So this now becomes an area of Hamas's kill zone. This is how Hamas will take out the Merkava tanks and the armored personnel carriers, almost a mile that the Israelis have to move in open fields. And we know that Hamas now has anti-tank missiles and the like. One of the reasons the Israelis have waited so long is how many forces they need to be able to go in to protect themselves. We've given you now an idea of what Israel's heading into. This is Gaza City, and you can see all of the streets and the back alleys. Hamas has been able to spend 2 years fortifying this area. The Israelis have very little visibility, as evidenced by how caught off guard they were, by what is waiting for them. But this is what they know is waiting for them. Under Gaza City, Hamas has built massive tunnel systems. That means that they can move hostages around, they can move weapons around, they can move fighters around without Israel being able to see it from above. Now, once they get their tanks into Gaza City, extraordinarily difficult environment to work in. These are some of the pictures from streets. These are the wider streets in Gaza. Every storefront here is a place for booby traps and for kids with bicycle bombs and for Hamas fighters. So Israel will own perhaps the street if they can move Merkava tanks in. The place tanks are most vulnerable from is up above, and Hamas knows that. They own all of these buildings, and they own the tunnels underneath. With us now, retired Air Force Special Operations Commander Glenn Ignacio, who has led just the type of hostage rescue operations the Israelis or the Americans would be trying to do, and knows this kind of firsthand. I hate to say this. I think one of the reasons the Israelis are not talking about the hostages much is because it's just not a priority for them.
Yeah, I think it's one of those things. I think that they're going to have some activities they're going to try to get the hostages. But here's the problem when it comes to operations like this: is you need to know exactly where they are, what they're surrounded, the engagement, so you can mission rehearse and go in there. You're not going to go in blind. And with 100, close to 150, they don't even know the exact count. Knowing their location or their conditions is very difficult. The other thing is they don't have the time. So they're going to have to be able to start this engagement and start this invasion of Gaza and do it appropriately and as quick, because I think that the international opinion is not going to carry this weeks and weeks and weeks forward. That's going to be one of the problems here.
Yeah, no, it's a huge point, right? Because as the Israelis push in here, and the Gazans, the Hamas's experts at public relations, you're going to see some pretty awful pictures of up close and personal war on a very intimate basis inside urban environments. The only thing I can think of is perhaps what Americans saw when the U.S. went into Mosul and went into Baghdad in the beginning, and then the surge of the Iraq War. But even then, as bad as Sadr City was, they didn't have years and all of these Iranian weapons to prepare the city and prepare the booby traps that Hamas has.
You're absolutely right. I mean, the thing that actually stood out for me was Fallujah, of how intense that was, and we allowed everybody to get out, and still it was brutal, and the fighting was so intense. The other thing you mentioned, Leland, is that the area is very narrow, so getting tanks in and out or even maneuvering them is going to be tough. That's why the actual boots on the ground or the dismounted troops is going to be doing a lot of this work.
Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to subscribe. Click the red button to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.